I also want to close with one message to the Democrat Party. End this farce that Joe Biden is going to be your nominee. We know he's not even the president of the United States. He's a puppet for the managerial class. So have the guts to step up and be honest about who you're actually going to put up so we can have an honest debate. Biden should step aside, end his candidacy now.
We have breaking news here. President Biden has announced he will stand down.
Yes, breaking news. Biden announces he will stand down and will not be seeking re-election. The announcement came after Democrats staged a coup and demanded that Biden step aside, despite him being the clear choice by Democrat voters. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president, and while it has been my intention to seek re-elections, I believe it is the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duty as president.
We have breaking news here. President Biden has announced he will stand down from the race. I'm going to read the statement here on my phone. We also have Tim Miller, who's going to be joining us shortly. My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and in expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances. Passed the first, thank you so much, I'm just going to read off the paper here. Passed the first safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president, and while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all of those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Haris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work, and let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. I believe today, what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. Obviously, this is a significant breaking news development with the president announcing he is stepping back from the race. There was very little indication from people close to him and many people in the campaign that this was what was about to happen, as much as there were reports of Democrats calling on him to do that. What's interesting in this, I will note, and then we're going to bring Tim Miller in, is that he does not endorse the vice president in this statement. We'll see what he says later this week. And I know there's going to be a lot of reactions from people coming in as this statement was just put out by the White House. Tim?
Yes, the fear of Trump is the beginning of failure to the Democrat Party. Look at what is going on. They are panicking about Trump like never before. The stage a coup to put Biden aside, very concerning. I hope Republicans are going to use this for their advantage. They sing democracy on daily basis. Why is it democracy? I want to see the democracy. People voted Biden like this is who we want. Now they push him out by force. We have been seeing how he's insisting, I want to run. You know, this person is coming here, oh, drop out, drop out, drop out. Another person is staying cool. You know, people closer to him. It has actually led into this. Republicans should see what is going on here and use this as their goal talking point. Democrats should not talk about democracy ever, because I don't see it in their party. This is the beginning and the end of the Democrat Party. I want to see the next puppet they are going to put up so we see exactly what the person is up to.
Just like that, President Biden has now, I'm told, endorsed Kamala Harris via post on social media. This is reportable from our NBC News team. President Biden will endorse Vice President Harris formally, according to 3 sources familiar with the plans. He informed senior leadership of his decision to bow out of the 2024 race shortly ahead of the letter posted on social media. And here's the social media post that just came out immediately following our reporting. He says, "My fellow Democrats, I have decided not to accept the nomination and to focus all of my energies on my duties as president for the remainder of my term. My first decision as the party nominee in 2020 was to pick Kamala Harris as my vice president, and it has been my best decision I've made. Today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year. Democrats, it's time to come together and beat Trump. Let's do this." It feels to me, reading this, Jen, like an acknowledgement that the conversation has been so distracting. And this is the president's effort to say no more distractions. Let's get this done and let's put all of our weight behind one person, come together right now.
Yes, from all indication, Kamala Harris is standing against Trump. I don't even know why I'm laughing. Democrats knew exactly that this is how it will be. Reason, you see, they have been playing back and forth. And Tulsi Gabbard had a message.
Shortly after President Trump announced that J.D. Vance is going to be his running mate in this election, Kamala Harris issued this scathing warning to the American people, saying, "Make no mistake, J.D. Vance will be loyal only to Trump, not to our country." The audacity that she has to say this is off the charts. She's talking about J.D. Vance, someone who enlisted in the Marine Corps after the terrorist attack on 9/11, someone who deployed to Iraq in 2005, the same year that I was there during the height of that war, putting his own life on the line in service to our country. Was Kamala Harris willing to put her own life on the line in service to our country at any time in the past? Is she now? No. Kamala Harris is driven by her own political ambition. She's a self-serving politician who should not be in office.
Yes, I hope Republicans are going to use this as an advantage. Democrats talk about democracy on a daily basis. This is a clear chance. Someone send this out. Hopefully Republicans can be smart for once and capitalize on this moment by using the whole democracy angle against the left. I'm not sure how Democrat voters will react to this. Imagine voting for your guy and then he is pushed out by people you didn't vote for. Sad day for democracy. Biden was the worst president in history. I'm glad he is dropping out. Let's see what a puppet they put up. No one should be happy about this. Biden was the Democratic nominated candidate. The left staged a coup and pushed him out shamefully. That is what happened. We have seen how they have pushed him out. In fact, I've never seen this before, like a ruling president being pushed out this way. When you take a look at what actually is going on in the Democrat Party, it's a clear sign these people don't like democracy. Okay, why allow Biden to even reach this level if you knew he could not? It therefore means that debate was a trap.
Campaign news. Top passion and sense of purpose.
But what I would say is he can actually reach a lot of other people who also
have experience. We're going to have a kumbaya.
And finally, new rules.